Chickadee check, check. Oh, I see my green bar.
Yep, we good. Back again, Ep.3 AllStar edition. A lot of good racing from North Wilkesboro this week.
Hell yeah, brother.
We had no Xfinity again, but late model stock, trucks, and Cup Series racing.
And the open wheels.
And the open wheels, which, it was whatever. It wasn't as good as the other three for sure. But before we get into NASCAR, I do got a clip I need you to break down for me because it was the most important racing from this week.
Okay.
All right, see, this might look familiar. Just going to break this down for me real quick.
Well, what you're looking at is a young, hot-blooded, handsome driver fighting off a complete alien for the win at Michigan. Coming to the white flag right here. Number 74 is right on that quarter panel, trying to get the side draft going into turn one. We're both fighting for grip right here. Both of our right rears are cooked. I think I might have saved just a little bit more than him. He got a little loose coming out of turn two, and I just had that perfect runoff. So I could stay side by side. That was actually not the white flag, was it?
No, this is the white flag.
Oh. Okay, coming to the white flag now.
Slide job complete.
Through the super safe slide job. So he gets a better run coming out of turn four. So he's back on my door. I think here's him returning returning to the lead with a slide job from Millet. And coming out of turn two, he's just not quite able to hold on to it. And I'm getting every bit of grip that I had left. That was enough to pull it in front of him. And just cruise that thing on around 3 and 4.
Yep, beat this complete freak that's been dominating the league.
Man, it was a badass race.
It was good.
And this wasn't.
I had to give you your moment there. Anytime you beat the alien, you got to make the show.
Yeah, I put it on TikTok. I got a new slogan for when I beat him. If you wanna, what was it? If you wanna beat the freak, you gotta be the freak.
He is a monster. He won like 80% of the races he's raced in the league?
I think it is 9 out of 12 or something like that.
Well,
I got him though. That was a heads-up race. No weird strategy. No nothing. I was under green flag pits. I think I had one lap newer tires than he did, and I came back on the track about 9 seconds behind him.
I was gonna say we had to bring it from way back.
No gimmick. Got him.
Yep. Now you just gotta go do it again at Pocono.
I'm gonna throw the towel in at Pocono, probably.
Yeah, don't blame me. I do not like Pocono.
All right, what we got first, Ray?
Craftsman Truck Series. With this is the first. This is the first yellow of the race. We're gonna see some come get tires, some choose to stay out, which happened a lot at North Wilkesboro and all of the races.
Yeah, I felt like through the whole weekend that some people were overvaluing
track position.
Track position.
Because you see Corey Haim's the only one that comes down right here. A bunch of people stay out. Which, I mean, I guess they figure if you're going to beat Corey Haim, you need to do whatever he doesn't do.
Yeah, in my eyes, staying out when you very obviously need to get tires to keep up with the fastest car on the track. Staying out is at a lot of tracks, it's just a like out of desperation, you know. Like
And
maybe I can stay out and the faster guy will get caught up in some stuff. But if I don't know, I don't think this is the way you go out outrunning Corey.
with Ruggiero winning, freezing, and Corey Heim fought his way back to third at the end of the stage. Yeah, I just don't understand the we're staying out call, because obviously
Well,
Corey Heim's just gonna fight
yeah,
back through there.
he didn't get back into the lead, but
The
I don't know. I
man,
can't remember exactly what happened in stage one, but they probably gave him all the problems that they could possibly give him to get back up to the field.
there was only one caution in stage one, and that was the one at lap 20. And I think restarts were pretty shaky all night. They was definitely dive bombing and putting you three wide every chance they got.
Yeah, you saw a lot of them three wide for this little bitty track. They sent them three wide a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Truck and cup.
Yeah, and you'd think if there's barely room for a truck to go three wide, there's definitely not room for a cup, but they were making it work. And then, of course, Corey Heim flips the stage, and this is the restart coming to stage two. So he didn't have to pit because he pitted it last time. Lane Riggs on the bottom. You see Lane Riggs kind of drive him up the track here, too. Corey Heim ends up saving it. Look, four wide. I don't like it, Wes.
Who's who's got less patience in this field than Lane Riggs?
Not very many people. I wish Roger was one of them that had less patience, but Lane Riggs he definitely seems like he'll do what he has to do for a win.
I think he'll do what he has to do to go from fifth to fourth at any point in the race.
The only people that I think have less patience than Lane Riggs on the track for the Truck Series is the Spire drivers with each other.
Yeah. Anytime you put a Cup driver in there in a Spire truck, yeah, they gonna have less patience than anybody on the
Hey,
track.
Spire hates each other for some reason. Like even in the Cup Series and the Open, Carson Hocevar and Michael McDowell drove three-quarters of the way around the track with their fenders locked together.
I don't get it. I don't think Spire really pushes a help a teammate agenda.
No, I think they're a very, hey, we just need one of you to finish as high as you can organization. We don't care how you get there. And then number 44 of Connor Jones into the wall to bring out a caution in stage two.
Yeah, he stopped on the track right here, I think.
Yeah, right front down, I believe. Just got into the wall and parked it there. And this is, I believe it's the
You know,
restart after this.
I believe Lane Riggs, I think what's going through his head is the only way I get a championship this year is if I take out the that Toyota that happens to be running up front every damn race. I think I think his whole plan is anytime I'm around Corey, I got to rough him up. I got to send him towards the wall. I got to send him sideways. I got to do something to him to ruin his race if I'm
Yeah,
gonna get a
I think
championship this year.
I think a lot of that is just knowing that the only way to beat the 11 is if the 11 is sideways on the track, because that man is a monster no matter where he goes. He's just an absolute freak. You either have to hope that he beats himself or kind of help him.
Yep, too strong of a driver.
But this is the restart right here
Being
after
these
that
damn
caution.
trucks.
And you'll see, I think Grant Enfinger gets away with it for a minute here. But
Who's that? Chandler, looking like he's about to peek his nose. Is that who that is?
yeah, the 38. I think those three definitely had the strongest trucks all night. Heim, Chandler, and Riggs. Yeah, clear enough. Held it together though. I like how big of a diamond Corey Heim's making right there to get the run off the corner.
Yeah. You see, Enfinger, complete opposite of a Lane Riggs. Look at him. He's lifting for Lane. Like he's just kind of.
About got him ran over behind by Ankrum.
Yeah.
Because he lifted so much. But.
Yeah, it's risky to like kind of let people by at this little baby track because you can't. You got some drivers that will not give up the run that they get, and then you got some of them that, like Enfinger, it's like go ahead.
Like look
I'm
how
good,
high
I'm
Corey
chilling.
Heim is. He's up to the damn third, fourth lane, getting a run off the corner with that angle that he's able to take.
Yeah, that line is cool. So take note of how high Corey's running right now in the corner, about middle of the track. Oh,
He's way up
takes
the
it
track.
way high right there.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool because you'll see once we get to the Cup clips that they end up running way up there on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think he's really just taking the high side around 1 and 2, diamonding it back down, but it worked for him all night. They weren't able to keep up. You know, you can hold the inside on new tires for a little bit, but eventually those tires give up on you. What the hell's going on here, Liz? I don't understand how I don't understand how this happens. But this is the restart coming to 33 to go in stage 3. Lane Riggs on the inside again. Corey Heim. Every time these two get together, one of them's pushing the other one up the track. And it's usually the 34 doing the pushing.
I was about to say, I don't know if I've seen Corey running really just dirty, but Lane Riggs is hot-headed on the, on the track. Seems like a chill dude once he gets out the truck.
Yeah, and then here we are 3 wide again. All day long. There's not enough track.
2 rows worth of 3 wide.
There's just not enough track for me to want to do it. But this number 1 car, I think it said it was his first start. Young guy was named something Cruz.
This is rookie year. Yeah, Cruz.
He's only 17 years old. He had a good run all night.
I don't think this was his first race, but this is, I'm sure, a good showing from him. He had a good race. Most of it, I think.
And the teammates of the 38 and the 34 ends up working out in their favor here later on in the race. But it was interesting to me how Corey Heim was just able to keep his track position even off of restarts. Nobody could really get to him. Old tires, new tires, it did not matter. And then, of course, this is going to be your overtime finish. And let's watch them come to the choose count here because I think Corey Heim is going to look back at this and wish that he had taken the inside. You see Corey take the outside. Chandler Smith, Lane Riggs to the out, or Chandler Smith inside. Lane Riggs lines up right behind Corey Heim.
Huh. I remember. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing at this point. I remember the conclusion. I just can't quite remember how it got there.
Well, I think one of these cars uses the brake pedal and the other one uses the other car's brake pedal.
One of them had 2 brake pedals.
Yeah, and 8 sets of wheels.
8.
Turns a lot better than 4, isn't that what they tell you in iRacing?
Yep, 8 tires, a lot faster than 4.
Especially around these sharp North Wilkesboro corners.
Yeah, man, watching all these races really made me want to go run it in iRacing. I haven't took the took the time to do it yet, though.
Well, Lane Riggs running the Corey Haim line.
Way up
Deep
there.
diamond. Gets clear of his teammate.
Teammates lets him get clear right there. I don't think he really had that.
Corey Haim loose coming out of 4. And
Yep.
we're going to drive it in.
That truck right there on the right rear.
We're going to drive it in
Or
here a
left rear.
little deep. And
Woo!
look,
Yep.
why we do my boy like this. You have to turn
Yep.
it sideways right in front of Roger.
Poor Corey. Poor Raja.
I mean, Lane Riggs had no intentions of making it around this corner without Corey Haim's truck touching his.
And you know, from that angle, it really don't look like.
Ooh,
You know, he did.
hold on to it.
He did actually leave him a lane, one lane.
Yeah.
And he says that in an interview that he left him a lane, and he did. But there's no grip up there, man. Marvel's already pushed to the top of the track. A bunch of rubber just sitting there.
You see him give the thumbs up to his teammate here, like, yeah, we did it. We killed that motherfucker. I think they were committed to one of them is going to win the race. You know, it's not going to be the 11 today.
Chandler's probably like, man, you did that shit, not me.
Yeah, don't get me tied up in this.
Don't put that evil on me.
Corey Haim's the golden boy. I don't want your bad juju on me with NASCAR because. But it's nice to see somebody else win for a change. Chandler Smith had a fast truck all day.
He's already got a dub this season.
I believe so, yeah.
What was it? Did he win at Tech? No, Corey Haim won Texas, right?
I feel like he might have won one of the super speedways.
No, damn, Carson Hocevar won Texas. Or did he? I can't remember. He's got to win this season, though.
Yes, he does have another win. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah, he's one to look out for in the truck series. You got him. You got Riggs, of course, Corey Haim, and like Tyler Ankrum won Rockingham.
I think Enfinger has a win somewhere.
Yeah, there's actually a few guys that potentially could flip Corey over, but he needs they need Corey to have multiple races like this if they have any chance of stealing this championship run from him, because he is just smoking fast everywhere.
Everywhere, to the point where we're like, man, do they need somebody to check his truck after this race? But Corey Haim dominated all day, ends up finishing 17th with some help from Lane Riggs. You can see he's trying to find him right
back
now.
There with him too.
Yeah, Roger's having a rough season altogether.
Well, it was so bad because he had a good run up to the end of the last stage, or to the end of the race. I believe he had worked his way up to like 6th or 5th, maybe.
Yeah.
Back there fighting on the restarts. He did. I think he made an improvement from the last 2 races on handling restarts. He's had some really rough ones the past couple weeks. This last couple restarts, I think he actually did okay.
Yeah, I think we need to work on restarts for Roger. He seems to get bullied on them a lot.
Yeah.
But
I think that snap loose scare on at Atlanta just has him worried. I don't think he trusts the truck fully yet.
Yeah, it was scary the way it just snapped loose on him for sure. I wouldn't want to get back in there and do 180 again. You see Lane Riggs, he's kind of expecting Corey Haim to come talk to him, I think, because he didn't even leave the truck. He just crawled out and waited right there. But Corey didn't have a whole lot to say, but he is going to come tell him he's not too happy about it. What Lane Riggs say? I don't care about nobody but my team, or something like that when they interviewed
No, he
him.
didn't even say that. He's like, I'm here. I don't. Or maybe, yeah, taking care of my team. I
Yeah,
think that's what he said.
I think that camera cuts back. Corey Haim's crew chief talked to him longer than Corey Haim did. Lane Riggs didn't look like he was concerned about it too much, though.
No, I mean, look, we out here racing, and everybody knows that this summit right here is Corey Haim is the fastest one. Like, we know that. So there's not many options of what you can do about it.
No.
And he chose one of the options. Got active, got physical. I mean, there's a reason we race in stock cars and not open, Indy cars. Things are made to beat and bang, and that's what he did. He used that.
Yeah, that's short track racing. That's what they
Hey,
kept
that was a
saying.
chicken shit move.
But Chandler Smith will go on and pick him up a set of moonshine stills for winning at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah,
Kansas,
that's pretty cool.
Kansas, if you're paying attention, this is how you do trophies, not that damn cashew on a stick that you've got. I'm sure there's some kind of damn meaning to it, and they're like, did you know that cashew actually fell off the first tree planted here in Kansas? Like, I don't care. It just
by goddamn Christopher Columbus or something.
Yeah, by Santa Chihuahua. Like, no, I don't care. The trophy looks stupid.
Make it a big cashew, a big one, like watermelon size or something.
Yeah, anything but what you've got, 'cause it's awful. And then we started the AllStar race. Let's see, we had the pit crew championships, and Michael McDowell's team, which was weird for everybody. I think they were like 30 in the 30s in pit crew ranking. Come in here and get you $100,000.
Watching, I think I watched about half of the. No, I watched the first set. I guess that was the ones that were competing for the 100,000.
Yeah, it was during qualifying. Remember, they had to run an out lap, pit on their second lap, and then run another lap. So it was a 3-lap qualifier, and the pit stop in the middle was what they were measuring for the pit stop challenge.
Yeah, but it was like the first set of drivers were the ones competing for a chance, or for maybe their starting position in the heat race, or how did it work?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like the first half were like the grid that was going to race for the inside row. The second half was the grid that was going to race for the outside row.
Right. What in the world? But yeah, I think I don't like the whole pit crew rating thing. I mean, I guess you can keep track of, that's them keeping track of their stats during races, but putting them in a setting where it's one pit stop that counts for this prize, I think that's just basically a whole different game than what, a whole race. You sitting there and you got different stakes and everything. I don't know. I think a bunch of pit crews just choked pretty much, like trying to rush and flex,
You've seen a lot of people mess up on pit road during this. I think one of them had to bring the jack all the way back around. Maybe it was Chase Elliott's team or something. But that's also, what happened to Denny Hamlin this week? Like, Denny Hamlin was just dead all week. Did absolutely nothing.
I don't know. Denny's having a rough time. I think he's on the way out.
But yeah.
If you ask me.
But now we're going to go to Heat 1 and 2 to set the grid. How about Brad Keselowski on the pole?
Yeah, on the pole. And just them, if I remember right, don't believe he came off of it.
No, not for the whole heat. I'm pretty sure he led every single lap. All right, here coming to a caution on lap 33. You're going to see Brad fake him to the pits and stay out, which, ooh, I was nervous to see how it worked because of how the truck series went. But I think here he had enough stay out with him to where it worked out okay for him.
Oh, and being that this was still like early in the day, what time was it right here? About 3 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah,
Something like that?
that sounds right. Yeah.
Maybe one between 1:30 and 3. So track's still like probably pretty damn hot. I think they showed the track temp comparison later Sunday, but it was like 120 degrees on track on this day, and then 90 Sunday. So track is like fiery hot, and I'm guessing that they just could not get grip on the bottom of the track to do anything with a defensive high line. I think he just couldn't get enough grip to run the bottom at all.
Yeah, I think the only way that you could run the bottom was with four fresh ones, and it was only for a couple of laps. During the daytime, especially.
Yeah, but I believe track temp played into Brad's hands right here. This was a good, strong showing for him. Everybody was hyped
Yeah,
for
and then
Brad.
coming to the restart, you see speeding penalties. Ryan Blaney's got to go to the back with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kyle Larson, it shows him in 10th, but he actually wasn't here for the heat. The car was just parked on pit road. He was in Indianapolis 500 qualifying. But this gave me some hope for the no tires short run game because Brad takes, no tires and is able to keep his lead, stay out front.
Yeah, Brad was
Yeah.
was able to do that.
He's kind of running that
Got a
Corey
huge
Corey
jump.
Haim line and running in 1 and 2.
Yep.
I mean,
He got a huge jump on the restart right there.
yeah. See Cup cars
Cuts
3
off.
wide
Who's
there.
that? Busher?
That is
No,
Tyler Reddick.
Reddick. Yep.
Look at this back
That's a
here.
big block on Reddick.
3 wide back here. I don't even know how there's enough room to fit 3 Cup cars side by side at North Wilkesboro, but they were doing it.
They found a way, yeah.
Beating and banging. Ross was going to make it 4, I think, if he got a chance.
Yeah, he peaked.
He's on those fresh ones. He's trying to take advantage of them.
Man, I'm telling you, after the past couple weeks, Ross Chastain is like, he's that guy to me. Like, if he's telling the truth on his interviews, which I'm sure he is, he don't have no reason to lie, I believe. But they're pulling doo-doo cars off the hauler and putting them on the track, and he's not getting enough time to dial his cars in during practice, so they end up having to make huge adjustments all through race day. I think eventually Ross is going to get that team dialed in if he's the one leading the charge on like setting up the cars.
Yeah.
And I believe, I'm going to say it now, Ross Chastain is going to have a strong second half of the season.
Yeah, I just feel bad for him because he races for Trackhouse, and I know I don't want to say it's a small team, but it is in the grand scheme of NASCAR. It is a small team. There's no way that he's pulling the trucks, the car off the trucks that Hendrick and Penske are able to put out there.
If here's an idea, potentially Ross doesn't have a teammate that is like a I don't want to talk bad about Suarez or SVG, but he don't have like a super high tier teammate to bounce ideas off of inside the at the team meeting or whatever. Like it's like I feel like there's a lot of pressure on Ross maybe to come up with the best ideas for your typical ovals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
and they talk about
say for Penske, you got Logano and Blaney, like two super strong oval drivers that can work together to come up with a good plan for whatever type of setups, whatever strategies they want to do. Ross don't have nobody. It's just really him for like the mile and a halves and uh, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Am I making sense?
yeah. It's like you can ask SVG, but he doesn't know until it's time to turn right. And I don't remember that. I don't think Suarez has won too many races, maybe a handful, and most of them on
He's had a
super
couple
speedways.
strong showings, but he's not super experienced. I don't believe with like the mile and a halves and the intermediates. So,
No, Trackhouse has to
anyways,
get somebody in there to help him out.
yeah, I just feel like Ross needs a little help, and you go see him do some good things for Trackhouse. But either way, big dub for Brad.
Yeah,
Was excited about this.
I was happy to see Brad be able to take him one home, even if it's just a heat race with the season that he's been having. I'm sure that he was happy to see a checkered flag because it's been a while.
Yeah, some years, right? Did he even catch a dub last season?
Yeah, I think he did win a race last year because he was locked in. Remember, this was to lock him into the starting grid, so he had to have
Oh,
won
that's
one
right. That's
last
right.
year. I don't remember which one, but he did win one.
No, well, no, he's a previous champion. That locked him in.
No, I think you have to win a race last year to be locked into the AllStar race.
Oh, I thought it was any previous champion.
'Cause that's how Harrison Burton was locked in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won Talladega last year.
Oh, okay, cool.
But we were super excited for Brad, and look, Chastain second. Blaney was able to overcome the speeding penalty, come back to fourth. And that was Heat 1. I thought, man, the heat races and the damn Open, all of that was just really good for it to be an all-star race. Those boys wanted that million. They were out there racing their ass off.
Yeah, I felt like Wilkesboro really like cultivated like this like like a dramatic. I don't know, like with Brad taking home that heat, like that was exciting, and I feel like general NASCAR fan population, everybody wanted to see Brad hold hold the heat race that was watching it. No, I don't think anybody wanted to see anybody get around Brad, and it happened. It was awesome,
Yeah.
and there was more stuff like that in in the rest of the races at North Wilkesboro. But what are we looking at here, Ray?
This is the middle of Heat 2 coming to their pit stops for the yellow. Christopher Bell kind of faked like he was going to stay out and decided, let me go get a couple of them at least.
Yeah, came to get a couple.
The only person that stayed out was Chase Briscoe.
And you can't you can't blame him
No.
because it worked for Brad.
Look,
But Briscoe is not Brad, and the 19 is not the 6. So,
right.
uh,
It's Joe Gibbs Racing, but he probably gets the bottom of the barrel of Joe Gibbs Racing being the new guy. He's not getting the Martin Truex Jr. cars from last year, I can promise you that. It might be the same car and sponsor. Look how close that, if they show it right here, look how close Christopher Bell comes to hitting his front tire changer on this 2-tire stop. I wouldn't want that job.
who is they interviewed the tire changer, and he blamed this on
On
somebody.
the jack
But
man, I think.
so it's the jack man that is in charge, is
Here,
like
here it is right
responsible for.
here. Yeah, like the tire changer has to go because they don't want him to run over the hose, but he's going on the jack. Look, it's down already. Get out of there! Like, yeah, I mean, the jack man's job is to drop it as soon as it's ready to go, and it was ready.
Yeah, did the tire changer just not get the? Oh, he's got to move. You said he's got to move
The hose,
the
yeah.
hose.
They don't want to take the chance of that hose getting hung on the splitter or something. So his job is to hit that lug and get the hell out the way as fast as he can. But that jackman could have cut him another little bit of time.
Hey, no penalty. Nobody got hurt. Cool with it.
And I liked how they kind of made a joke about it. The guy acted like it was no big deal, just doing my job. I got hit by a car. It's fine. This is what I was talking about. Denny Hamlin, we're back here behind Harrison Burton and Daniel Suarez in a heat race. What are we doing, Denny? This is all weekend, like he was just uninterested in winning $1 million.
I think Denny Hamlin was texting or trying to check his investments or something on his phone while he was doing this race. He wasn't there. I don't know.
He finished the same position in the heat race as Kyle Larson, and Kyle Larson wasn't at the track.
Denny wasn't.
But Chase Briscoe.
He just wasn't present for this race.
Chase Briscoe on the restart finds out very quickly that there's levels of this, and he's not Brad Keselowski because those two tires do not work out very well. Or actually, no tires don't work out very well. He's getting bullied by everybody.
I wonder if he just didn't spin them real bad on the restart, trying to jump out, and just spun the tires real bad, and then by the time he gets to turn 2, he's 3 wide, and they probably roughing him up.
Yeah, you see.
And there he goes.
Yeah. Maybe I bet next year he don't take 2 tires.
I bet he at least takes 2. Next year.
I keep forgetting he took 0 tires. It's not a good thing. I at least want 2. Christopher Bell showed that you could make it work on 2.
Yep. Yeah, this is a classic that happens in iRacing right here. Somebody takes no tires on trying to hold the lead on hopes and prayers, and this is what happens.
Yeah, because the people in the back, they're not going to wait for you to get it together. They're going to put you in every bad position they can. And that's on a video game. Imagine what they're doing for $1 million. They're going to move you.
Yeah. It's not a game. It's a sim.
It's a sim. Nah, it's a game. Then Harrison Burton and Chase Briscoe decided, well, maybe I will come get tires. This is the interview that you was talking about right here, where he's talking about the driver killing him. There's Jackman killing him. Although I was glad that he was in good spirits about it, though. He seemed like it was just no big deal. About got ran over by a car. It is close, like right there. I wonder if Christopher Bell got on the brakes a little bit just so he didn't kill him. Because it's... I don't think so. I think he was out of the...
There's no brakes there, buddy. He may have backed the throttle back just a touch. But he was probably looking... He probably was not even looking in that direction at all. He's probably looking at that right side mirror and the other mirror, trying to make sure he ain't finna hit somebody when he comes out. He's probably not at all looking towards the left side of his windshield.
This was a common thing all weekend too, that you've seen the leader take the outside line which is, to me, it's just really weird to see on a short track that the outside is the preferred line. But they made it work all weekend long.
And AllStar was strong here, man. I don't believe that I can remember watching a race ever at Wilkesboro. But this is one of them ones with the progressive banking and everything after the repave. So we have a strong outside line, make for some good short track racing.
Yeah, I will be all in favor of seeing a 400 lap points race here.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You can add this to the schedule and take off one of the 33 road courses you feel like it's necessary for us to run.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this gives me some hope for the short track package. I mean, it looks pretty dialed in at Wilkesboro, man.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. But why is the short track package bad everywhere else, but it works at North Wilkesboro? Just do whatever you're doing here for the rest of them and see what happens. Can't get any worse.
I think it has to do with the repave, and I don't know what the newest changes to the short track package. Maybe the tires are that they're using are finally, you know, right. I'm not sure, but it looked really good here, man.
Yeah, I remember them saying
Not
that the tires were from the same ones they had at somewhere, maybe Martinsville, but everything looked great to me. I mean, you were able to
yeah
hang
no
on with 2 tires.
yeah yeah. I'm glad we're done with the option tire.
Yeah.
Just run it. What's our next short track on the schedule? Do you know? Going. I know it's not Bristol.
No, it's not Bristol. I'm wondering if it's Martinsville or not. Did they already race Martinsville? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
once. Denny Hamlin.
Let's see, Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Mexico City, Pocono, Atlanta, Chicago Street Course, Sonoma, Dover. It's not really a short track. Indianapolis, Iowa will be the next one. But
Well,
it's only a mile. Then they go to Richmond after that.
okay. So Richmond will be the next real, test. See how we feel about the short track package.
Yeah,
But
which
either way,
Richmond was good last year, but also 2 people died. So, but I thought the heat races were good. It set us up good for the AllStar race.
oh, do you have clips from the last chance, like the B main or whatever? I forget what they call it.
The Open.
Is that what the first one is called? Sunday
Yeah,
Open.
I actually forgot all about the Open because I'm bad at this game. But look looky there. This is just setting it up for the AllStar race. Keselowski leads the field. Love to see it. I think if you're a race fan in general, you just have to be happy for Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, good ass.
And
Had a really good looking car to me compared to last week.
and Michael McDowell. I mean, shit, his team. Even if his team just picked up $100,000, I mean, you haven't really done shit in the last couple of years. You take any kind of win you can get.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson 21st in Indy. It's a little worse than he started last year, but I think 2 freaks ended up having to go to the back for penalties, so maybe that'll help him out a little bit.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. I hope he makes both races.
And this was the 7 winners this season. Larson and Bell both with 3, Denny with 2, and then William Byron, Josh Berry, Austin Cindric, and Joey Logano all already locked into the playoffs. I think that it's going to be hard to beat these 2 up here, though. I actually think that the fourth spot in the playoffs hasn't been filled yet. Like who will make the Final Four? I think it'll be Larson Bell, Joey Logano, and then somebody else that hasn't won yet. Maybe a Ross Chastain.
God, I hope so. I hope it's not Logano and
Blaney.
Blaney in the Final Four again.
If I had to pick three, I would say it'd either be Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, or Ross Chastain.
Chase Elliott.
Yeah. I think that the end of the track, the end of the season schedule will be beneficial to him. It's more road courses. He's really good at road courses. He's got a better chance to win and lock himself into it.
You say so. I don't see any strength out of Chase Elliott. I don't know, dead in the water to me.
Yeah.
He had a decent running car at Kansas, top 3 car. I think he did finish fairly well, but that's really the only strength I've seen out of Chase Elliott.
His team's struggling this year. It's like they can't put a complete race together without messing something up. This was my second favorite part of the AllStar race, was how bad Joey Logano got booed at driver introductions.
Ooh.
I'm talking about there might have been one cheer and it was from the parking lot.
That was his Uncle Tim.
Yeah, it was his crew chief on top of the box on the infield. Because I'm just glad that the majority of people hate Joey Logano as bad as we do.
I have felt like I gotta justify why I don't like him, but I don't feel like that no more. He still says and does, I don't know, cringy shit. So fuck Joey Logano.
Yeah, absolutely fuck Joey Logano. That's exactly how I feel about it too. It's just there's nothing to like about him. Like, so, usually some people you can find something to like, but not Joey Logano.
I liked, was it last week, where he had the little boy sticker on his car that was his favorite. Joey was his favorite driver, and he passed away. And that's sweet. But I don't know. Here we go again. Into this race, we can't even hardly contain our damn baby rage for not finishing where we want to. I don't know.
Yeah, my biggest complaint about Joey Logano is that we're constantly complaining and bitching about stuff getting done to us that we know good and damn well you've done to other people. Like, don't complain about people giving you the bump and run or moving you or blocking you, racing you dirty, when you do it to everybody else every chance you get.
All right. So, where are we at now?
This is the start of the AllStar race. Did you hear him complaining about the damn promoter's caution at all? He's very mad about that, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Terribly mad at the race, at the game.
Mm-hmm.
The player hating the game is cringy for NASCAR. Not a good look for any driver. And that's how you want to go about it.
Let's go, Brad. Go up there and get you a lead. Look at Ross. Immediately. First lap, first corner. Let's take a look 3 wide.
Taking a peek. He's just taking a peek.
Oop. Joey does put him 3 wide. There was no let up though,
yeah,
man.
Look at that right there. What was that, Joey?
Yeah, you're all over Seabell's quarter panel.
Yeah, putting him in a rough spot at the beginning of the race.
Damn, Christopher Bell was real loose right there. Look,
Woo!
catches the door from Chase Elliott. They beat Christopher Bell up all night. I remember him getting banged on a couple of times. Look at him. They're still beating doors back there. Middle of 3. 3 wide, you're the meat.
Yeah. But what's cool is what what advantage that this car has over previous generations of cars is they're kind of tanks, man.
Yeah,
Like
composite body. It takes a
they
beating.
beat and banged. Yeah, like they beat and banged, and they like to talk about the edge of grip, like it's a razor's edge, uh, before this car spins out and stuff. But they beat the hell out of each other a
Even
lot and just kept it going.
even when it hits the wall hard, the car body still looks pretty good. It just breaks the toe link. It takes a pretty good beating. I remember at one point during this race, Christopher Bell and Joey Logano were like door slamming each other pretty hard every chance they get side by side for the lead.
Yeah, it was great to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
I support anybody that wants to bang on that 22's door.
I wish that they would take the attitude from like that they had this race and apply it to every short track. It would make for much better TV.
Well, it's just fun. I mean, like I was saying, I think before we started recording, we race stock cars for a reason, and it ain't to give each other plenty of room and see who's got the fastest lap time. That's not why we into stock car racing. These things were designed in the beginning to beat the hell out of each other on the track. That's the gimmick.
Yeah.
They started NASCAR over watching, open wheel race cars.
It makes it exciting. Go out there and use them. That's what they're there for. But
Yeah.
this is going to be our first caution of the day when the Amigo Daniel Suarez into the wall. I think he had a tire go down.
Yeah. Over the weekend, you seen a few right fronts go down. Somebody get pinned against the wall. I think when Suarez wrecked, it was a little scary because he was near the top of the track and that tire goes down on the exit. So like he's trying to make his run, and you could imagine being in that car, tire go down immediately. I'm sure it scared the shit out of him.
They didn't talk about this on TV, but because they were talking about the positions gained on two tires, like the first three. Brad had no reason to take two, unless I guess he was just trying to keep track position. I wish William Byron wouldn't have took two. I mean, he only gained one spot from it. I get Kyle Busch doing it, but they didn't talk about this down here, and I seen it, and I wonder if it's just a misprint or if Ross Chastain just actually didn't take any tires, and what the point in even pitting was, if that's the case.
I feel like I remember him actually having a problem on pit road right here, so that might have been something to do with that.
I seen it and I was like, why would he not take any tires? That's weird.
I do remember at the end of the race him saying when he stayed out for the promoter caution, he stayed out, and they asked him how he felt about not taking tires and how was he able to keep up. He was like, well, I didn't have a choice. I didn't have none left.
Okay. So that must have been what happened. And then this is the restart, and you're just going to see, I think Brad gets used up pretty bad.
Poor old Brad.
Hell of a push by Kyle Busch, though. I guess he figured since they ran a really good commercial together, he better push the shit out of him in turn one.
Yeah. Good push, and then almost takes him 3 wide.
Does
take him 3 wide.
Yeah. William Byron's not cutting him no slack on the bottom either.
Kyle said, come on, Brad, we're going back to the future.
Listen,
back to Homestead.
If they could have just stayed like this and raced on the last lap, they'd have been good. They got the 2-tire roadblock down right now. I wouldn't want to go out there and drive a damn car 2 wide around this track. It's crazy that how many laps they drive it with being 3 wide.
Yeah, this was fun to watch. Not gonna lie. They finally blocked Brad out of the equation.
Yeah, then he's just gonna keep getting bullied from here.
Kyle Busch opens the door back up, but now you got a 4-tire yellow and red 22 creeping up there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Penske, but they've got these like certain tracks figured out, and this one in Phoenix are one of them. So not only do you have to worry about Joey Logano winning a championship every year, it's also possible you'll see him win $1 million every year, and I don't like it.
Nope.
Let's get the AllStar race on a rotating schedule too.
Yeah, is Penske as strong at Charlotte?
I don't think so. Fun fact about Charlotte, you know who the driver with the most Charlotte starts but no Charlotte wins is?
Uh, no Charlotte wins,
Yep.
but the most
I
starts
believe 30.
out of the grid right now or
Yeah.
ever.
No, out of the grid right now. The current driver, I believe it's 32 starts and 0 wins.
So it's got to be damn Denny Hamlin or Kyle Busch.
Denny Hamlin, 0 Charlotte wins.
Well, with the season he's having at the moment, I don't believe we can expect to see one this week either.
No, I hope not. And this is the All-Star caution, not the promoter caution. They kept showing this old ass leaderboard, which is cool, but this guy's not doing his job. Somebody's got to talk to him.
He just didn't want to pay for an actual seat.
Yeah. Then we're all coming to get him here. I think they figured out these 2 tires aren't the play, or the no tires aren't the play. We're gonna come get some tires. The long,
Yeah,
miserable ass pit road too.
yeah, I'm sure Willie wants them 4 of them after that run. Really was excited to see Bell beat Joey off of pit road
Yeah.
right here.
I think that he takes the inside. I know once, I don't remember if it's this one or the next one. They come and take tires, and he only takes 2, but chooses the inside.
Man, that damn race heated up big time right here.
Yeah, it was just a good race all night, all weekend. I'm telling you, the late model stocks got after it too. I know Hims was TPs, and we missed the late model stock race, but it was good. Yeah, Logano, or Christopher Bell to the inside, giving Logano the preferred lane. I was a little worried when I seen that. I was like, damn, why would you do that, Christopher Bell? But that 20 car just
Yeah.
rolls the bottom so good on 4 tires that it really didn't matter. He's clear of him by the time they get out of 2.
Yeah, it looked like Seabell just was able to get really good rotation in the center of the corner compared to Logano, but there was moments in, I believe, this run or the last one where, man, I swear, it just looked like Joe Logano had them 30, 40 more horsepower than everybody he ended up getting beside.
Yeah, he started to look like he had that Corey Haim nitrous button that he was using in the truck race.
Yeah, it was crazy looking. Like they both looked from a spectator's point of view, looked like they both made about the same exit, and then he just would have like just crazy speed out of the corner, out of nowhere.
It's like Joey Logano's car was strong at the beginning and the middle of a run, and then Christopher Bell would start catching him at the end of it. That 22 was fast though.
Yeah.
I feel like Blaney might have been equally as fast if he would have got a chance to get up there, but never got a chance really. And just look how they're abusing each other back here in the back of the field. And end up
We
killing
got
our
poor
boy.
Chastain.
Yeah. Austin Cindric.
Oh Oh yeah, the broadcast booth, they really cooked Austin Cindric for these two. He had another thing happen earlier in the race. That
Well,
wasn't the only thing. Or was it? Uh, no. I started to say Suarez. Something happened with Austin Cindric earlier in the run,
yeah, I think
and
he was
they
roughing
they
somebody
put
else,
all the
but
blame on him.
it's not his fault. They didn't download the right firmware into his system. Them,
Yeah, Austin Cindric forgot to do his software update
yeah, did not
before
compute.
this race.
Does not compute. They still had him on Talladega disk drive. They didn't change it to short track. And nobody that mattered came and got tires on that stop. So this is the restart after that caution. Christopher Bell to the inside again. Which I thought here maybe those old tires wouldn't hug the bottom as much, but I don't know. He just rolls the center of that corner so good.
It's really crazy that both of them together
Look at him.
got such a big jump from
Look at
third
this.
and fourth.
Watching this makes me really appreciate like how good of drivers these people actually are. You see them beating each other's doors off right here, but like the way they take each other's entrance and exits away, depending on what line they are, it was impressive to me to see it work so good on a short track.
Yeah, and it's like that's huge. That's a huge win for at least at this track. Fly each other side by side and keep racing, keep going forward. Like I'm here for it, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone that's a NASCAR fan or anybody that watched this race thinks that it doesn't need to be a points race because it definitely does. Like, I know that it sucks for them because they'd have to find something else to do the All-Star race, but man, it's too good of racing to not be a points race. And I know Kevin Harvick mentioned it a couple of times, like it would be earlier in the day in 400 laps, track will be hotter. Just think it'd be better racing.
Yeah, I'm in support of points race here, man. Looked really good all weekend. I am not mad at this track at all.
It was Dale Jr. to the rescue. He's the one that kind of put it together and saved it.
Yeah,
No,
somebody didn't think he belonged in the in the Hall of Fame.
I'll give it to him, but just because of the Xfinity Championship and the top tens, that's it. I mean,
Well, they got other people in the Hall of Fame, not just drivers.
yeah. I mean, we're talking about contribution to the sport, it's that for me is a better argument than his on-track performance.
Yeah, that's all it is, man.
And then
He wasn't a freak.
it's okay to have good luck. It sucks to have bad luck, but under no circumstances do you want Brad luck because this is just awful. It's you don't want Brad luck with. Can we just keep the car together for a race and see what happens?
At least one. Can we just finish one?
It's rough. Do so good in the heat race and then just get abused by everybody in the field till you eventually hit the wall and just ruin your car. Watch the way this car skips when it comes into the pits. That's how I knew there was no getting back into into this race. It's just go park that thing.
No, man. I knew. I seen it skip like you did, but look, if you got it in here, when they jack this car up and that right front doesn't come off the concrete, I'm like, oh man, that was over with.
Yeah, we big broke. Yeah, look how it skips into this pit box, like you damn skipping stones. It's just you can't even get it turned to get in the pit stall correctly. They're just like, oh,
but
yeah, it's
that thing's still on the ground.
yeah, it's a wrap.
God.
He
Hey,
call,
bring the
yeah,
mechanic over.
yeah, bring somebody with a damn cutting torch.
Bring, where's the engineer?
They never really showed what happened to lead to this. I don't know if he just had a tire get down or he got into somebody and it caused the tire to come down or what, but
Yeah, they didn't ever show an angle where you could see the beginning of the wreck, but poor Brad. I mean, it's like ridiculous that he. I don't know, man. I feel like as an owner, you want to bring a car home clean,
yeah,
but he just hasn't.
I would venture to say that RFK is in the negative for this year in profit margins because they've definitely tore more up than they've had top 10 finishes.
Has he had a top 10?
I don't think so. Yeah,
I
zero.
don't.
But I don't know if Chris Buescher, Ryan Preece has had a couple. I don't know what.
That's right. That's right.
He's really the
Well,
only one holding it down for RFK. He should have been in his. He got screwed over by the choose cone. Ran over the choose cone in the open. You couldn't even see it.
Look who decides to take 2 tires.
Uh-huh. The NASCAR's version of Zach Millett. That damn 5 car.
This. Oh, we ain't even talked about it, but Kyle Larson, he had started in the last row, I believe, right? So like,
yeah, he
22nd, 23rd,
he wasn't
24th,
there
something
for
like that.
he wasn't there for the heat race because he was qualifying in Indy. So he had to
Yeah.
start in the back of the inside row. I think he started in 20th because 21st and 22nd were the open first and second, which was Stenhouse, or I'm sorry, not Stenhouse, Nemechek and Carson Hocevar, and then the fan vote Noah Gregson were the only 3 behind him.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure he had drove his way under green all the way from there into 6th,
Yeah, he was
7th, maybe.
he was
Something like that.
he was 7th when that caution came out. Took 2 and came out in the lead.
Yeah, but even this goated superstar, NASCAR's current freak, alien in the Cup Series, even like it almost played out exactly as I expected. I knew Kyle Larson was going to be your strongest driver to put up a fight on just a 2-tire stop, but I don't believe he was able to lead very many laps.
No, this is the restart right here with Kyle Larson
If
out in
any.
front. I think he might hold it for 1 or 2, but the 4 tires make pretty quick work of him. Like he's clear now, not now, but he got clear for a second.
He definitely does a better job than Chase Briscoe.
Well, yeah.
On 2 tires.
Well, he's just immediately put 3
CC
wide.
Bell. Yep, don't believe he led a lap.
Not he did. He definitely didn't lead that one. That was the 22.
Oh, getting a little physical here. He's hanging on, you know. It wasn't just a restart. Everybody blew his doors off.
No, you can make the top work.
He's gonna lead this lap. Yep.
Yeah, you can make
Almost
the top
get
work
clear.
on 2, but right here is when you start getting. You don't get the exit that you want, and they're crowding you into the wall. It's hard to get a good run off there.
Kyle Larson looked extremely strong. All we needed was that promoter caution to so Larson come get him 4 and be on a level playing field inside the top 5 is all we really needed.
Yeah, instead he's driving the shit out of his car. I don't know if he already got loose or you see him get loose and have to get way off the throttle at one point.
Yeah.
It started the oh no and mine and your belly when we were watching it, like, oh no, the 22's just gone. There's no catching him.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to watch Joey Logano lead 180 laps and win this race.
Yeah, and it was the conversation was kind of like, well, Joey Logano's outrunning Christopher Bell, and as we were watching that, Larson's creeping up through the field, so we're just like, please give us a caution so Larson can get on four of them and run the rest of the field down.
Yeah. And he
So,
this was one of my favorite parts. Is Michael Waltrip up in the flag stand, hyping the crowd up like he's gonna throw the yellow.
yeah, if he'd have threw that damn thing just one lap earlier, I think we'd have been watching Kyle Larson do burnouts.
Yeah, Kyle Larson gets into the wall right as the yellow is thrown and breaks his car. So I mean, either way, potentially the yellow is coming. Yeah, see, he's already off the pace right there. He's already hit the wall. It never showed it. Never showed the replay, but something happened to where that car is just broken. And there is the
Yeah.
promoter caution. I don't know why we needed pyro for the promoter's caution, but whatever.
Trying to hype the NASCAR gimmick up.
I mean,
It really didn't look like Michael Waltrip was getting much response from the crowd.
no. And then he throws the yellow flag down on the track and just drops it.
I think
They had to break out
a
the
lot of
backup
fans,
caution.
the backup flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what was happening in the crowd is everybody seeing Joey clear and outrunning everybody, and they were pretty much like, well, I guess I'll go get a hot dog or a beer and try to enjoy the race.
Look at him throwing the flag down. Hold on to it, Michael. He got slippery hands from the hot dogs he's been eating, I guess. Well, you can't tell me that the drivers didn't see the caution flag because he literally threw it at them.
Yeah.
And then to me, like right here, Joey Logano would have a bigger reason to be mad if he didn't do something stupid. I mean, like, how are we going to get mad that you got beat when you didn't go take tires? Like, if you don't want somebody to catch you that was already catching you on old tires, maybe we go get some.
In his defense, I don't like giving him defense. I'm trying to be unbiased. Christopher Bale has already beat him in pit road with both of them taking 4 tires during this race.
Yeah, but you've been able to drive back up through the field with no problem. Just go get tires.
But if he had just went and taken 4, could have used that more, the longer experience or the more experience that Joe Logano has over Christopher Bell, could have used that to his advantage.
So
and got around him. But I don't know. This is a bad play by Logano, I think.
Yeah, and Blaney and Ross Chastain and Hocevar stay out, which I know we were excited about because we were like, yes, we get to line up the 2 craziest drivers behind the 2 drivers that we don't like. Hopefully something awesome will happen. But the only thing that I can defend Joey Logano's decision on is there's no way he was going to beat Christopher Bell on 2 tires. If he pitted here, he absolutely had to take 4. And Christopher Bell just took 4 of the last stop, so I imagine that he knows Christopher Bell is going to take 2 here.
I don't know. I don't see it. I think with what 22 to go after we come back out of this, when we go back green, 20. It's maybe just 20.
It's 32 to go right now. I don't remember what it is when it actually goes green.
But, okay, so probably like 28 to go then.
Oh, then you said.
Whee!
Yep. I told you.
Busher.
They're beating.
I meant not Busher. Gregson.
Told you they were beating up Christopher Bell all night.
Yeah.
And the 5, I think he just goes on ahead and park it because
He did come back on the track.
Oh yeah, he did. I
He was
remember.
slow as piss.
Yeah.
He did come back out.
Remember he came out there and maybe held Joey Logano up a little bit on the last lap, which I appreciate. Tip of the hat to him. You know, we like to see Joey Logano get held up every chance we get.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I hate Joey Logano, but I just don't like him. I
He
mean,
sealed the deal for me with the whole doing a burnout by somebody's family and shit. That sealed the deal for me.
yeah, it was not a good look for him at all. But I was excited to see how this played out because, you know, 2 fast cars on no tires, 2 crazy drivers on no tires,
Also on no tires.
and then a wild card of Harrison Burton, who isn't even good in the Xfinity. We're just out here because my last name is Burton.
We can afford it.
And then people that have an actual chance of winning the race back here. It set it up good to be an interesting restart, and it was.
Yeah. Props to Ross Chastain for just having a strong restart on no tires.
Yeah, they're
In a track house car.
ping pong balling off of each other back there. You know Carson Hocevar ain't gonna move out of the way for nobody. You're gonna have to move him. Christopher Bell did a good job of getting under him. Woof. Tight back there in the field.
Yeah.
There goes Ryan Blaney
It
getting
looks
roughed
good
up.
though at this track.
They beat the shit out of Ryan Blaney.
Yep.
About killed him.
You're gonna see him fall back by 4 or 5 positions right here. Oh, maybe like 6 or 7.
They're moving you out the way. If you look at Harrison Burton about to kill somebody, get out the way, Harrison. I'm really surprised that Kyle Busch checked up for him. That's not the Kyle Busch I know.
Not the one I remember for sure.
Harrison Burton for real has him just in jail back there, nowhere to go.
Chastain and Seabell.
At this point in the race, I was nervous. Like, Chastain, please don't kill Christopher Bell.
He let him go.
Yeah.
He let him go.
Yeah.
So Chastain talked about it after the race. Chastain was like, I'm not fast enough to get around Christopher Bell to stay side by side with him. So he lets him go with hopes they wreck each other and he wins. I think that was super. I don't know. I ain't got nothing but good things to say about this newer version of Ross Chastain that I've been seeing. He's just become. He's still the same Chastain. He's wild, but his experience was showing here at Wilkesboro.
He
It was a really good plan.
He almost got it too. See, they're racing like hell here. This is when I seen Christopher Bell able to get to the outside, I was like, okay, there's some hope here. Maybe Joey Logano won't win. Just the angle, like,
oh man,
we're running that Corey Haim deep cut diamond line.
Ray, I was sitting in my rig watching the end of this race, and I swear I was like biting my steering wheel. Gritting my teeth so hard. I wanted Christopher Bell to get around him so bad.
Yep. Here we go. We're going to use him up a little bit.
But not on exit.
No.
Like, you know, he could have put him in the wall right there.
Ross giving him a little bump.
So, and right there, like I said, Ross's experience is showing. He didn't try to dive bomb Joey Logano. Well, he says, well, if you're gonna go slow, I'm gonna go around the outside. But like on that last corner when he came out of when he exited, what was it, 4, I guess, he got behind Joey and pushed him instead of like trying to race him right there.
Yeah,
He wants Joey to go back up there and wreck Christopher Bell and himself.
and I'm sure that he knows if Joey Logano gets the chance, that's exactly what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Here's my boy Kyle Larson. Cut it up there in front of him, Kyle. Help me. Which, I mean, he's not in the way at all. He's on the bottom. But that's it. Christopher Bell, $1 million richer.
Woo! I was so happy to see him get around Joey Logano. Golly, man.
Yeah, Joey Logano can complain all he wants to, but I don't. That's about as clean as you can pass somebody. You know what I mean? If you're going to use them up, it's about as clean as you can do it.
Yeah, that was like very reined in. Like it wasn't like I don't know. It didn't even look that bad. It was exciting.
Yeah.
It was like that perfect amount of door banging that it's not ugly. Like if I was Joey Logano, I would have. I mean, I probably would have pulled up beside Seatbelt and done like the whole, like what Larson's done to Kyle Busch and you know, gave him told him that was like good racing, because it was.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with people moving you up the track to win a race. I mean, he didn't kill you. You finished second. He didn't lane rigs you. You know what I mean? He gave you a chance to race still.
Yeah, he just raced you. He raced you hard as piss. He could have lined it up behind you and
Austin Dillon did, yeah.
Bump and run, yeah.
He didn't do anything to you that you wouldn't have done to him if you had the opportunity.
I think Joe Logano would have did it a lot worse. I think he would have made that very ugly. But I don't know. In my eyes, that was perfectly sportsmanlike, perfectly justified, perfect. I mean, it was just well executed, I think, by Seatbelt.
Yeah,
once I'm on fresh tires and beside you, and you on old ones, like you're cooked, dude. That's it. I'm here, and just the fact that I'm here means basically it's through with for you.
I have no problem with it whatsoever, and I was glad Ross Chastain was able to hang on and finish third.
Yeah, the only outcome that I would have liked more was to see Ross's plan play out, because I mean, probably more of a Ross Chastain fan than I am a Seatbelt fan, but definitely like both of them leaps and bounds more than Joey Logano. So
absolutely, it's not
either
even
way,
close.
I was cool with it. Seatbelt did a really good job in his post-race interview, really trying to credit the win and performance to the pit crew and the team and stuff. Man, he's a good. Once again, they put a microphone in front of his face, and you understand why people talk about him like he's the most potential, like has the most potential to be the Cup Series like leading driver, like leader in the series or whatever. He just does a good job at the microphone.
On and off the track, just exactly what you want out of your driver. I think Joe Gibbs finally got him somebody that people like and not everybody hates, because nobody likes. Well, I'm not gonna say nobody likes, but a lot of people dislike Denny, Chase Briscoe. It's like whatever. Nobody cares about Chase Briscoe, and then you have Seatbelt. It's impossible to hate Christopher Bell, I think.
Yeah. Young, super talented, really mature, wins races,
and he stays
ruffled feathers too bad.
Stays busy with racing too. I know he races a lot of dirt stuff. Not as busy as Larson, but just a race car driver. He just wants to drive something.
Yep. Really humble about giving credit to the team too. I like that.
And I have
it's the worst thing in the world to me for them to come off the track and bitch about shit. I mean, nobody wants to hear you bitch.
No, I don't like it. That guy's a
I mean, if
little.
you're mad at somebody, go tell them you mad at them. Don't tell the crowd. Don't
Yeah, I mean,
tell
you seen Corey Haim?
Fox.
He wasn't going to do nothing, but he's at least going to walk up there and let him know.
Yeah, go tell them. Take your helmet off and go tell them you mad at them. Don't tell the damn. Don't tell the. Don't tell Fox. Don't tell. What is it? CBS or whatever. Don't tell the damn broadcasting company.
If I could have got
Don't
back
tell
to
the
him, he was going to
crowd.
find out what fair was. Okay, dude.
Yeah, okay, well, you didn't get back to him because you didn't get tires and you was too slow.
This is
Your fault.
But altogether, I thought North Wilkesboro was banger of a weekend. And this is the recap that I got is that it's what I didn't know the Cars tour is awesome. It's the first Cars tour I've ever watched. I don't know if it was just North Wilkesboro or if it's like that every week, but I thought the Cars tour was damn awesome. I wish you could have watched it with me, but him's teepees. It's okay.
I watched some of it back with you, and
Yeah.
something about them Cars tour, them late model stocks. Them are some of the sexiest oval track cars that go to oval tracks, I believe.
And
Beautiful cars. I love the style how they look and everything.
yeah. And I got from the truck series that this is the only way to beat the 11 is if he's sideways on the track. I think if he doesn't beat himself with pit road issues, this is the only way that you can beat him. He's got to be sideways. And I'm convinced that Christopher Bell's winning the championship this year. I'd bet the house on it. I feel like he's too dominant this early unless he just has a really hard fall off. It's going to be hard to beat Christopher Bell come playoff time.
I can mostly get behind that. I think his main competitor didn't get a chance to finish this race out, but Final Four, definitely him and Larson.
Yeah. And then
2 out of 4.
What everybody knows, Joe Logano's a bitch, still a bitch, always will be. I don't like him.
Yeah, he drives at home all the time, on the microphone, on the track. Ugh, makes me sick. That I don't know. You got the best job in the world, dude. Stop getting so mad. Stop being a bitch.
4 races this weekend coming up from Charlotte Memorial Day weekend. The General Tires 150 for the ARCA race. Then we have all 3 series back in action: Craftsman Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup Series.
Let's go. Big weekend in Charlotte.
Yep, and it's not just the ARCA race. We get what everybody wants. We get Cletus back for the ARCA race.
Hell yeah, brother.
I guess we're going to find out if he belongs in a race car or not. It's a mile and a half at Charlotte. It's going to put you to the test.
Well, we got the first race for Cletus where we're not just pedal to the floor drafting. See what he can do. See if he can work the throttle, take care of some tires. What else? Maybe run some different lines. Try to build runs with his pedals instead of his placement on the track.
Yeah,
See what happens, man.
We're going to find out what kind of racecraft we got for Cletus, because it's going to be one of those where you have to put together a race, not just draft and hope that you're in the right line. Yeah. That's the big storylines coming in is, will Cletus be able to do okay at a mile and a half? What happens if Corey Haim and Lane Riggs get together at Charlotte? What happens if they get beside each other or around each other? And the other one that I have is like the main takeaway from this weekend coming up is, will Kyle Larson make it in time to start the Coca-Cola 600?
Well, you also have, that's a huge one. I really hope he does, man. I want to see him do good in both. But you also have, just like the Lane Riggs Corey Haim. You also have Logano acting like he's going to retaliate over losing at Wilkesboro. So got that to watch out for.
Yeah, so I mean, we got some good storylines to go off of building into this weekend. Actually, we have 5 races to watch because I'll have the Indianapolis 500 on too, at least until Kyle Larson gets knocked out of it. Then we'll see how it goes from there. It's the only, not because I don't care. It's just because it's the only person that I know that's in that race. I don't watch no damn IndyCar.
Yeah, I'm not. I won't personally sleep through an Indy 500 without. I won't be. I won't be watching. At least not closely if Larson falls out of the race.
No, that's not a knock on Indy. I'm not saying they're not skilled drivers. Absolutely they are, but it's just I don't care about it.
Yeah, not interested enough.
Mm-mm. And
not at this moment in time.
This week marks going to Prime for 5 races. No more Fox, thank God.
Oh, so we're in support now of going to Prime?
No, I'm in support of not going to Fox anymore. I don't like that it's on Prime because I feel like we're restricting our audience. Not everybody has Prime. Hell, some people that still watch NASCAR don't even know what Prime is. You know what I mean? Like, I guarantee my dad, there's no way in hell my dad can figure out how to get Prime on his TV. It's just not going to happen. But the good news is that you don't have to figure out how to make it happen, because if you don't have Prime, it's not a problem. Just hit the YouTube sub and join the Discord, live streaming every race every week. If it's on TV, we'll be streaming it in the Discord.
Hell yeah, brother. Just hit the sub button. Upload will be going up, I guess, now, Wednesday morning? Wednesday at some time? Upload should be.
I'll have it up today, sometime today, late today probably.
Okay, so upload still coming up on Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, excited to see what happens this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Wilkesboro was a banger.
We'll have about 20 hours worth of racing this weekend, so.
Well, hopefully they bring enough energy from Wilkesboro to Charlotte.
Yep, I am ready to watch it.
All them hours.
It definitely, these last couple of weeks have been trending upwards. It started out with, first of all, I don't think it's possible for the trucks to have a bad race. It's just awesome every time you turn it on. And the Cup racing has been picking up here, so I'm hoping that Charlotte is no different.
Well, I think that's it. I think that's about it, man.
Yep.
That's all I got, unless you got something else.
Nope, we will run it back next week with the Charlotte recap. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.